y'all flashbacks. Now I see what people be meaning. Y'all caught me in some, just set me up in some of the ways that I had no knowledge. That's when I was a baby. I ain't no baby no more. I didn't graduate. Okay, come on, get in the church off. Let's go.
Hold on, I don't want my knees in there. I gotta get my legs back in order now that I got my ankle fixed. I don't want
You mean it's they ashy?
They're not even ashy, it's just the fact that they skinny. I gotta get them back right.
Oh, they is skinny. Damn, bro, I didn't know they was that skinny.
Yeah, they skinny.
Yeah, you gotta do some more work. Now you need to get back out there.
My ankle was messed up, so I couldn't do nothing.
Oh yeah. I mean, damn, they skinny.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm about to
That
fix
shit
them.
make you kind of skinny looking.
I know I'm about to fix them. Though.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I hate you. Should have never noticed it. But glad you don't let nobody else see that.
I know.
You better hope that they don't rewind on your ass.
No, they is. It's all right though. They just gonna see the growth. They gonna see the growth. Though,
Yeah,
'cause
well,
I'm about
you
to
got
fix
to
it.
hurry up and start now that your ankle is well.
I know.
You ain't got, I mean, at least you got a little muscle in your calf.
Nah, I barely got it.
I said it's a little bitty one.
I know.
It's a baby.
Hey, they was looking good at
I
first.
know it's a baby right now.
They was
but-
looking good at first. I think
Mhm.
when my ankle got messed up, I couldn't do nothing.
Well,
Hey
you like to
y'all, welcome back to the channel.
You just right. We're
The
glad
last
to have
video, y'all see her skating.
Yes.
She did pretty good. If you didn't watch it, go watch that. Also, before we start the live, I would like to say, like, comment, and subscribe, please.
Definitely.
Especially
we need your comments.
if you're new.
Yeah, we definitely need that so we can know how to respond.
Yeah.
We definitely need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to repeat it.
But most importantly, we need y'all to subscribe so y'all can see every new video or get a notification when we do drop a new video.
That is so true. Notifications are important.
Yes, they are.
Because you'll keep up with everything, every one of our episodes. Because I don't know what episode we're on.
Yeah.
But he keep up with everything.
I want to ask you a question. It's a little personal, but I feel like you're mature enough to answer this like an adult that you are.
Did we welcome everyone to the channel?
Before we welcome them, I would like to ask you a question.
I'd like to welcome everybody first. No.
Okay, well.
Welcome to the KG family.
Now that they are welcome and they are inside of the channel,
Yes.
I would like to ask you something personal.
Sure.
And that will be, if you could pick a song that describes the man, the feeling that you would like, what song would that be?
My Girl by the Temptations.
And that's how you would like a man to treat you?
My Girl by the Temptations.
All right now.
Don't need to say no more. All y'all out there understand? If you don't, go ask your mama. My Girl. by
Another
the
question
Temptations.
I have for you.
Oh my God. This voice, y'all remember I was laughing during his ceremonial for the dog. This is why I was cracking up.
No, it's
It's
not.
because he be trying to talk sometimes as if he's some sportscaster or sometimes like a pastor. It depends on, he has so many sides to him. I have to find what Devon am I working with right now. Now he just switched from the Devon that was on TikTok to this. I'd like to ask you a question. That one. So what Devon am I with now? Let me find out. Shall we?
Well, before I was rudely interrupted,
Yes.
I was going to ask another further question.
Go ahead on.
All right. So, if you had to choose between, is it the looks or the money? Which one is it for you?
Guess what? It will be both. But he forgot to add one thing. Personality. Because without personality, you could be the richest man in the world, or you could be the brokest man in the world. You could be the finest person in the world, or you could be the ugliest person in the world. But without personality, you ain't got nothing.
And I really like that
Just
answer.
want you to know that.
I like that answer. That was a great
It's
answer.
not about, and faith. That's the center of my being.
So,
is
so
faith.
would you date a Muslim?
I don't know anything about that faith, but I am open to seek the knowledge because I'm a very person, say knowledgeable, and love learning. So whatever my God chooses for me.
Atheist?
No.
What do you mean?
My God don't send me a devil. My God. I'm gonna
stop you
like
here.
that.
I'm gonna stop you here. The Bible says that if you do not believe in Jesus Christ and you do not believe He is the Son of, Son of
That
God,
is
and
so
you don't
true.
believe He is God. So
no man shall come through me.
So any
except
other
my
religion,
Father.
any other religion will be considered the devil.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stick with my faith. Okay, and I just quoted one of John 3:16. Okay, so I'm a woman that love the Lord. Okay, even though I talk a lot of mess, I love the Lord. Now all his questions that he's asking, I'm gonna answer him some questions. Are you available?
Yes.
Well, I love you guys when you tell me, oh, Granny got her proper voice on. Well, this is the voice that I have when I'm definitely serious. What is your requirements in a woman that you seek?
That was an impressive question. The woman that I seek is, most importantly, a God-fearing woman.
Great.
And I really want a woman who I am attracted to. And I'm attracted to a lot of women, so let me rephrase that. My type. I need my type. I would love to have my type, and my type is my type of woman. I don't want to say that what that is because
Follow up. I have a follow up on that.
Okay, go ahead.
What is when a person say my type? Can you elaborate that?
And that's the thing. I don't want to say too much because women, they like to bash other women because it's a preference that I like, that I choose.
Well, you choose what you choose, but speak on what you like.
Yes.
That's the question I
Yes,
asked you.
Yes, I love this. Yeah, again, like I said, a God-fearing woman,
Okay.
a woman who has
God-fearing.
ambition. She has to have ambition.
Ambition.
Yes. A woman who has an outgoing personality.
Outgoing.
Social anxiety, we can try to work on that, but I prefer,
Okay.
Outgoing. But I really love a homebody because I am a homebody.
What about conviction? A woman with conviction. What about that?
What do you mean on that? Elaborate.
Stand on her being like, I am who I am. Accept who I am.
Well, if
That's her conviction, all in one package.
Okay, if I am who I say I am, if it aligns with who I am and what I can accept, then that's perfect.
What you can accept.
You're right. That's perfect. I don't have to change, or I don't
Change.
Or no, I wouldn't even say change. Pardon. I wouldn't say I want to change. I want to say I wouldn't have to.
Much better.
I wouldn't have to think about, do I want to accept this? Can I work with this?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Work with this.
Right. So if
Got
that's
that.
not the case, if I don't have to deal with that, then
Mhm.
let's do this. Let's do this. But if I have to think about that, we have to think about what is it that she is doing that I will have to learn to accept.
Wow. Well, what do you consider family time when you do find that woman and she says, well, you're work all the time? Say if she considers you a workaholic. Have you ever heard of workaholic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, dear.
What if she says, when am I going to get my time? How do you respond to your, say, soon-to-be wife or future fiance?
That's a funny question that you asked there. I'm actually working on that because I did in the past come across that same
Scenario?
Yeah, excuse me, pardon me.
Mhm.
I do have braces now. I did come across that scenario a couple months ago,
Okay.
and I had to deal with that and put the work aside and give her attention.
That's how you resolved it.
Yes.
Well, ladies, y'all understand? Some of these questions are so valuable to know. You need to know, what does a man require? Just like a man wants to know, what does a woman require? Well, tell me, what about your political views? What do you accept a woman, and say she's a Democrat, a Republican. Aren't you a Democrat?
Yes, that's correct.
So tell me, if you really like this woman, how do you approach you two on two different party sides? And she's a starch Donald Trump supporter.
That tickles my buttons.
I can imagine.
Well, I can't do that because
you can't.
No, because the thing is, we won't even be able to come to an agreement on, the things that we think are right. But although I really don't care too much of what he does, because my life don't stop.
Well, it's still, what if she's a Republican? Those are two different
That's
parties.
why I said I wouldn't be able to do it. But again, my life don't stop with whatever that man does in the office. I'd rather not even talk about it.
Well, guess what? Let me give you words of advice. Just because a person is a Republican and you are a Democrat, and you say you see all the qualifications in this female,
then we'll make it work. Because I said, my life don't stop. So, it could work.
Yeah, because you know why? I've seen marriages end because I'm talking about 30-year marriages. All because of one thing.
That don't matter. You know what matters the most?
You know why? Because it got bad now.
Listen, excuse me, not to cut you off, man.
It used to be that way. A Republican was a Republican, a Democrat was a...
I understand.
Until Orange got in the house.
But ma'am, not to cut you off, the most important thing to me is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
If she believes in that, then we can make anything else work.
Amen.
Like I say, the Republican
that
Democrat
is so
stuff.
Well spoken.
The Republican Democrat, I could care less for real.
That is well
I don't really
spoken.
talk about it much.
Very well spoken.
Like I
ask for a better response.
That's what I'm saying. That's what matters most.
Very
Before
well
the
spoken.
Democrat Republican thing comes
that is
about.
very well spoken.
Mm-hmm.
I must say, I was expecting something less, but he actually
delivered like I was supposed to, because nothing else matters.
A lot more to the conversation that I had indulged him in. I like when he elaborates like that, because that brings out his entire personality, which is important. Your personality comes from within.
Yes.
And you present it when you show out on social media.
And
I see you a dancer. I have questions about that. I have questions. I didn't know he was a dancer. I happened to turn over last night. I kept hearing something banging all over. And I looked in the camera. That was my grandson, was Michael Jackson. It's like, when did he start dancing? So, my mind was like, that's something I need to ask. So, when did you start dancing?
Well, before I started doing credit repair,
yes,
I was trying to learn how to dance.
Okay.
And last night, Jazz, that's one of our supporters who supports us very strongly.
She's a staunch supporter of the KG family.
Right? So she asked me, she said, Von, dance. And I said, I will dance if everyone wants to see me dance.
Okay.
And everyone said, yes, we would like to see you dance. We would like to see you dance. So I said,
that's great.
Okay, so I got up and...
No, he was doing a lot more than that. I saw you all over on my chairs, spinning them around. It was, to me, hilarious. That's all I can say. I actually was laughing.
Okay.
But that's the way he dances. I didn't know he had no.
Not too much on me. But let me ask you a question, ma'am.
No groove.
Let me ask you a question.
No rhythm.
Let me ask you a question, ma'am.
This family has no rhythm.
Let me ask you a question, ma'am. I noticed that you're starting to dress age appropriate.
Oh, really?
Where is that coming from? You never used to dress age
I
appropriate.
didn't
Ever.
never know that until now. I've noticed him and his sister speaking to me.
She used to dress naked, especially at the family gatherings. She basically was naked outside.
Which time?
Which time? 2014, like 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. But like 2000 for sure, 14, 13,
Your mom was
12,
alive.
11. Yeah.
Yeah, she kept me feeling like I was that girl.
Yeah, no, that didn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, yes it
That had
did.
nothing to do with her.
I mean,
You
I'm
blaming that.
beginning to
You
feel like
blaming
that
that.
girl again now.
But
I'm beginning
you
to
were
feel like
dressing
that.
naked.
Well, yeah.
So that's
I
what I'm
got
saying.
pictures showing that.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. So what's
Uh-huh.
making you dress age appropriate now?
I have no idea. I think it's the maturity of just watching you guys now. Y'all are grown. So I picture now, what if KG was here? How would I dress if KG was here? KG would be in her 40s right now. So Granny would not be dressing like KG in her 40s if Granny is in her 60s. So guess what? Granny had toned it down some because of representation of the G-groans. They're called G-groans now. The G-groans. So I have to represent the G-groans because I see now they're on a public platform, meaning anyone can happen to stumble across us, which I've done several times. I'm like, that's me. That's my voice. Because I never know when they have recorded me. And as I'm going to reiterate this statement that I made, because I hear a lot of your viewers are saying, Granny, you remember you used to slam doors? You used to curse them out? Now, what made you want to be a part of this? I'll tell you one thing. What actually made me want to do it is the joy that you all give me just by receiving me and loving me and supporting me and giving me that, you can do it, Granny. I have gained another set of grand groans out there other than those two. So it's due to you all out there that made me come to the camera instead of run from the camera. I just want to thank y'all for that. Most of y'all, I want to thank my grandson and granddaughter for putting me out there the way they've done. And now I'm not afraid of you guys anymore. I welcome you all. That's why we welcome, if you can share, and the more you share, the more we care.
Yes.
And we love that.
I love that. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
You used to date a man named Tony, very wealthy man.
Yes.
Is there any memories or one particular memory that you could share with the viewers that you guys share together?
Yeah, he threw me a birthday party on the marina. We had a yacht. So some people came down. I'd say they was not marina dressed appropriate. They were dressed like they were going to the bar. They had on suits walking on the marina. I will not say who and where, so please don't come at me, because you know who you are, because I'm sure you still follow us and you know us. You know me personally. And that was a big party on the marina. And guess what I had on my birthday cake? I always said my favorite number is 29.
I just learned that today.
Say what?
I just learned that that's your favorite number today.
Yes, 29. And on my cake, Tony had happy 29th birthday. He also called me Razor. That's why when I received the name in the TikTok channel, said, hey, Razor. My grandson backed it up, said, Granny, somebody called you Razor. that made me so happy that was one of my family, Tony's nephews, who was tuning in from Alabama, and he wanted me to know how you doing, Razor, because he remembered when we traveled like to New York, all up at Del Palo, in the subway, in Suffolk, New York, which is a very wealthy part of New York. That's where his family lived. So I have some great memories, but the yacht party where my cake said, happy 29th birthday. And everybody looked at me and said, isn't Keisha 25? So that was the joke.
Wow.
And I still to this day, I just changed my birthday. But I'll let y'all know one day what's the new birthday. You know, I have to look at my nephews and grandgroans and see what age they are now. Because some of my nieces and nephews are in their 50s now. So for me to start saying I'm 45, they're going to be like, Auntie, come on. How can you be 45? Come on. And we 52. So I might just start telling the truth about my age. Matter of fact, starting today, I got to tell the truth. Oh, what a yarn. Could it be that he was up all night?
Just tell your age.
It will be revealed on my birthday, coming June the 21st. Stay tuned.
You was just about to tell your birthday.
No, I did not say today. I said that shall be revealed. Thank y'all. Please respond and let me know.
Ask you a question. Is this family reunion next year?
Yes, 2026. And this will be for all the families that...
So what day is that?
It will be, I just checked the calendar, so my cousin in Ohio, thank you, cousin, for...
I'm asking you real quick, what day would it be?
It will be August the 1st through the 3rd of 2026.
So I will be throwing you a birthday party for your 70th birthday, June 21st.
That sounds great. We need to start getting that party together because that's going to be a banger. Yes. That's going to be a big banger for you here in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the big number there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, you don't have to tell everybody that, but you could invite everybody. You don't have to say all that.
Don't say all what?
You don't have to tell my age.
They need to know what's going on.
Oh, okay. Well, there will be 2 events for 2026. There will be my birthday, which I'll be turning the big one. God's will, and there will be a family reunion. Imagine that, a family reunion coming up for the McCray, the Scotts, the Joneses this summer of on the date of August the 1st through the 3rd. The reservations where you can book your room will be posted. My cousin will call me tomorrow, and I'll probably come back on and give you all the information on where y'all can start booking your rooms and sending who you will send your donations, not your donations, your dues, because we must have dues paid before we can have our caterers bring our food, okay?
Let me ask you a question. What, in your mind, what woman do you picture me being with?
Very intelligent woman without child, but if God blesses you one with child, that's where your love goes.
It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
Oh, then I will continue. I will. You asked me a question. Can I? I ain't never seen nobody ask somebody a question, and then they gonna go get right in it. But right in, you didn't even let me complete before you went in hard. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. That is not how you answer a question.
Go ahead.
Now, to me, a woman of faith, like I said, very of intelligence, because I want to be able to collaborate with her, and we can talk whatever topics I want to speak on. I want to be her friend, not just her mother-in-law. I want to be her friend. I want her to be my daughter, just like I want to be her that grandmother. So I would welcome her of any, it doesn't matter how she look, what color she is. It matters none of that. Her mental, and her religion. Those are the three things I require for my grandson, and I pray for him to get. And God will send him a woman of the image that he wants. Because you have to ask God, send me this. God says, specify to me what you seek. You have to tell God in detail what you seek, and he shall deliver. On that note, I have no more questions for you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. And we would love for you guys to like,
comment, and subscribe
from
to
the. It's from the.
To, it's a no-no. From the KG family.